Hello there, a very good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on TV1. I'm Charlene Benedict for the News First team. First, a look at your top stories.
CID arrives at the residence of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa to record a statement. Vehicular movement along the Hatton-Colombo main road hampered after an earth embankment collapsed. 2 individuals killed in a motor accident in Madampe. India monsoon flood scale 106 in Kerala.
Starting off with your lead story this afternoon. Officials of the Criminal Investigations Department arrived at the residence of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa down Vijayarama Road in Colombo to record a statement over the abduction and assault on journalist Keith Noya. The CID officers arrived at the residence shortly after 11:30 this morning to record the statement. The former president was informed on several previous occasions to arrive at the CID to provide a statement for the investigations. However, as President Mahinda Rajapaksa failed to appear, police had taken the decision to visit his residence and record the statement. The CID had earlier recorded statements from former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa and Speaker Karu Jayasuriya regarding its probe into the incident. More local news. A stock of dusty taken into custody by the Police Special Task Force was destroyed yesterday. 825 kilograms of dusty was destroyed in Ovitiavatta, Kochikade, Nigambo. The stock of dusty was taken into the custody of the Police Special Task Force yesterday. The stock was destroyed following a court order. Vehicular movement along the Hatton-Colombo main road has come to a standstill following the collapse of an earth embankment.
Police said measures are already underway to remove the mound of earth from the road with the assistance of the Disaster Management Centre. Police are requesting the motorists to use the Hatton-Colombo Old Road as an alternative. Meanwhile, power supply to Nuvarelia, Hatton, Dikkoya, Maskelia, Pattipola, Tavalantana and Ginigathena are still disrupted. Water level at Castle Ridge Reservoir is continuously rising. Issuing a weather advisory for the next 24 hours, the Department of Meteorology noted windy and showery conditions are expected to continue over the island. Showers or thunder showers will occur at times in central and Sabaragama provinces and in Kaluthura, Gaul and Mathura districts. Fairly heavy falls, about 75 millimeters, can be expected at some places. Several spells of showers will occur in northwestern province and in Colombo, Gampaha and Hambantota districts. Strong gusty winds up to 60 km per hour can be expected over the island, particularly central, northwestern, north central, northern, eastern and western provinces and in Hambantota district.
2 people died following an accident that occurred in Pelavatta along the Madampe-Kuliapitiya road.
Police said the accident occurred last night when a motorbike travelling towards Kuliapitiya knocked down a pedestrian. The rider on the motorbike and the pedestrian woman had succumbed to their injuries after they were admitted to the Kuliapitiya General Hospital. The victims were identified as a 31-year-old man and a 73-year-old woman. The motorbike was taken to police custody and the Chilla police are conducting further investigations into the incident.
And more tragic news from here at home. Search operations are still continuing for the second day to find the missing person who drowned in the Daduru Oya in Chilla.
An individual drowned near the Daduru Oya bridge in Chilla yesterday. Police said the group had been returning from a pilgrimage tour to Madhu. The missing person is identified as a 24-year-old resident of Alutwata, Nigambo. Search operations are jointly conducted by the area residents and the police.
The day-to-day activities of the general public have been hampered due to the prevailing weather conditions, dry weather conditions in several parts of the country. Our correspondent said that many paddy fields have been destroyed due to the lack of water supply for cultivation activities.
Locals in Nandagala village, under the purview of Galewala Divisional Secretariat, started cultivation activities after 4 seasons with many hopes and dreams. However, due to the insufficient supply of water for cultivation, hopes and dreams of these villagers were shattered. Farmers said around 200 acres of the paddy fields have destroyed due to insufficient supply of water. The farmers pointed out that they have not been provided with the compensation for the destroyed paddy fields during the last few seasons. Farmers are requesting the authorities to provide water for the cultivation. Farmers in Rotavava area in Min area are also facing issues due to the lack of water. Matala Vava supplies water to around 300 acres of paddy fields in the Rotavava area. But the farmers were only able to cultivate 75 acres due to the prevailing weather condition.
A new Dhamma school building at the Debaravava Gamunapura Sri Vishuddharama Viharaya in Tissamaharamaya was declared open by the Deputy Leader of the United National Party, Minister Sajid Premadasa. The building was constructed under the program Sasunata Aruna.
The building was constructed with a cost of 2.5 million rupees. The chief incumbent of the Viharaya presented a memento to the minister during the event.
Instead of using Buddhism for whims and fancies of the politicians, they should focus on developing Buddhism. We will construct 4 chaityas for each district next year. And once that is completed, we will move on to the 3rd phase of this program. This is what's needed to be done for the Buddha Sasana.
Partly Champika Ranavaka, the Minister of Megapolis Investment Development, commented on China's Belt and Road Initiative and Sri Lanka's strategic geographical positioning in the Indian Ocean.
Former Indian National Security Advisor Shiv Shankar Menon penned a book titled Choices. He refers to Sri Lanka as a warship located to the south of India. A vessel cannot travel along India's eastern coast to the west. They must travel via Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka is the link between the eastern and western coasts of India. The same affects India's southern area because of the location of Sri Lanka. The country is like a warship. That is why Sri Lanka makes it to the top of India's geopolitical agenda. China's present president introduced a program in 2010 requesting state corporations to venture overseas. It was a process that was in the making since 2000. It made rapid progress in 2010. In 2015, China introduced the Belt Road Initiative. China's major cities from Southeast Asia to Eastern Europe and Africa will be connected via the Belt Road Initiative. One strategic location on the path of this initiative is Sri Lanka. China aims at making an investment of $1 trillion or 1,000 billion US in the next decade. We need to be prepared to regulate this in a proper manner. Former US President Barack Obama introduced a program to control China's initiative. That was the Trans-Pacific Partnership. It was to include countries like Japan, India and Australia as well as Vietnam. They are to invest $100 billion each for that program. Our area is open. World powers have geared up to invest in commercial control and superiority in the Indian Ocean. Therefore, we must be wise. Are we to face destruction in the midst of this battle, or are we going to reap the benefits out of this and become a world power ourselves?
අපි බුද්ධිමත් විය යුතුයි. මේ මහා ගැටුමේට හවු වෙලා අපි ගැටිලා විනාශ වෙනවද?